Hello all, welcome back to the channel for another reading of Unproduced scripts. Now, this one is one that was very close to me when I first wrote it. But before I get into that, I just want to say sorry about my redness. I am quite hot today. Just been out for a run, so I am a bit red tomato face. It doesn't help that I'm wearing an orange tangerine shirt either. Now, this is what I will be reading today. So, the Saken the Miniseries pilot, episode 101. So, this was supposed to be done back in 2018. I wanted to do a prequel miniseries that took place between Saken 1 and Saken 2, and that didn't really work out. But now I am doing the films, but this never got made. Apart from the pilot. The pilot got made. It's on my YouTube for Dinsmore Films, just it's unlisted because, you know, if you don't have a full series, there's no point in releasing the pilot. But yeah, so I am gonna go through it. The cast for this was Ben Davies as John West, Ryan Hemmingway as Henry Watson, Joshua Chadwick as Richard Ryan, Rick Neeleman as Hunter Blake, with myself as Harry Davies, and Charlie Stevens as Samuel Weeks. Guest starring Blair Ford as Jesse Davies and Sam Weeks as Gilbert. This episode was written by me. It would have been directed by Jordan Banbrook, and it would have been produced by Jordan Banbrook as well. The executive producers were myself, Alexander Mason, Ben Davies, and Ryan Hemmingway. So let's get into the first scene. John voiceover. 2 years ago, my best friend Stuart and I took down Philip Miller and put his henchman Hunter and Sam behind bars. However, Philip Miller had put contingency plans into place, and in case something ever happened to him or his men. About 1.5 years ago, I lost my best friend to one of those plans. His kid has lost both her parents, her brother, and she had nowhere to go. Thankfully, Jessie had a godfather named Tom, who took her in, and would go on to love and cherish her for the rest of her childhood. I had to move on. I got on with my life knowing that there was nothing I could do to see Stuart again. Stuart's death took its toll on all of us, some more than others. Henry was promoted to CEO of Stuart's company, Array Industries, but he had to pay the price of losing his friend and mentor. To keep myself busy, I tried to do anything to distract me from the pain that I was feeling, until I found another problem to deal with. And as fate would have it, I did not have to wait long. Outside the police station, Hunter has been let go. David. Hello, brother. Hunter. It is good to see you, David. At last, I am free. It's time to get revenge on Stuart and his little pet John West. Shame Sam has been kept in there, but you can have John. Stuart is mine for revenge. Fine with me. They won't have a clue what's coming. We will need a base of operations. First things first, brother. We need to see what contingency plans were taken by Philip. Agreed. Scene 2. John appears to be walking down a dingy tunnel when all of a sudden Hunter and David come out of nowhere and pin him against the wall. John West, do you remember who we are? One of the two nutcases that decided to be noticed, they had to follow the idiot that was Philip Miller. When did you get out, huh? Just now. What did following Philip What did Philip give you in the end, huh? We are here to get revenge on you and Stuart. Who are you? He's my brother, David. Joined his little crusade, have you? Silence. Not sure if your old boss told you this. I had to be a disappointment, but your boss Philip set up a few redundancy plans, and one of them was to kill Stuart. He achieved his goal about 6 months after you and Sam were put in jail, and after Philip was killed. Stuart was assassinated in a business meeting. No matter. You're still here, and his daughter is still alive. She is safely hidden in a different country. She has my protection. A figure in a hood can be seen out of the corner of John's eyes. Nobody sees him but John. John, both Stuart and yourself tied me up and abused me. It is time I got my revenge. The figure approaches them. Unfortunately, you won't get your revenge. The man hits Hunter from behind and then gets David on the floor too. Then the man turns around and starts to walk away. Wait! Who are you? The man turns around, takes off his hood, revealing his face. Stuart? My name is Dr. Harrison Davies. I guess you haven't met my doppelganger then, by the look on your face? And by saying another name. I'm from somewhere you would call Earth 2. My daughter and I are trapped here. The man who killed my Earth 1 counterpart had my daughter kidnapped, and I would do anything to get her back. Scene 3. Back at Array Industries, Harry's reading Stuart's autobiography. Very strange to be holding your autobiography, especially when you didn't write it, and it's not about you. Henry Watson, Richard Ryan, meet Dr. Harrison Davies from Earth 2. Hi. Hi. Let me get this right. So the theory of the multiverse is right. And on top of that, you're the doppelganger of the man of our best friend and mentor. And you just happen to be on our Earth when we need someone with your skills. Yes, yes, and yes. Richard walks over to John and says, why are we even listening to him? How do we know he isn't working for Hunter? He saved my life last night. The question is, why? I'm assuming you came all this way for a reason, not just because you wanted to meet us. That's exactly what I did. I came here to help you stop your greatest enemy. He already did that. I'm not talking about Philip Miller. I'm talking about Hunter. He took my daughter. He infected my world. And now, he's here for yours. He may have been Philip's follower, but that doesn't mean you should underestimate him. What do you know about him that we don't? Everything. Right, you know everything about people from our Earth, but you're not even from here. What was your surname again? Davies. I remember. Stuart once said his mum's maiden name was Davies. Richard pokes Harry. Is this a normal thing to do on this Earth? Poke people you've never met before in the chest? Sorry, it's been 2 years since Stuart died, and it's just odd seeing you. I think we're just shocked to find that there can be multiple Earths. Yesterday we were still mourning our friend, and 24 hours later you appear. You look exactly like him. You have a different accent, but you do sound like him too. Yeah. I didn't get any of that. I'm my own man. And I'm not responsible for the mistakes he made. But what I am here to do is help you get justice. Justice for what has happened to you guys. And to save my daughter, Jessie. Unless you don't need my help, I am here to stay. I hope me and my face aren't going to be a problem for you to work with me. No, we need all the help we can get. Sounds good. In Hunter's base. Where are they? We had John backed against a bloody wall. Who the bloody hell even knocked us out? John would never risk another person's life after what happened with Stuart. Agreed. What we need is one of those amazing AIs like Stuart's precious Gilbert. You were always good with tech. Fancy giving it a go? I can certainly try. Give me a couple of hours. At Array Industries. What are you doing? It looks like he's making an algorithm. I'm typing code, idiots. To do what? It's a code for an algorithm that is meant to extrapolate Jessie's location from places we already know she's been. Stuart was clever, but I have to give it to you. You're smarter. But I do have 7 PhDs. My lord, 7? Don't you have a life? The hell, Richard? What the hell, man? It was a joke. It was a joke. Yes, make fun of the new guy, but you're not too far off. I didn't have a life. All I care about is getting my daughter back. Don't worry, Harry. We'll get her back. I hope you're alright. How's it going? It's not! I can't do anything. I feel hopeless. Jessie is trapped, and I have no idea what to do. This bloody algorithm isn't even working. Gilbert. Yes, sir. Whoa, Gilbert just called you sir. He only called Stuart sir. Fun tidbit. I was the one that created Gilbert. He is correct, Mr. West. How? When? What? I have to get out of here. I need a break. I'll continue to run variations, sir. I will notify you if there are any developments. Thanks, mate. Enjoy yourself, sir. Always do. Let's get a drink and I'll tell you all about it, John. Sounds like a plan. Final scene. Earth 2. Jessie is sitting alone, curled up. David walks in. Don't worry, Jessie. We're not going to hurt you. In fact, very soon you won't feel a thing. My dad will stop you. Your dad? Let me tell you something, Jessie. Your father escaped to Earth 1. He is helping some people who are trying to stop me and my brother. However, I think that we have you kept on Earth 1 from now on. He will find you. I promise you that.